those of you who are so great seeing so many new faces here. Our regional meetings and partnerships are expanding, and that's great news. So, I just want to make sure that, you know where everything is. And we're gonna go through our agenda shortly, but I'm going to have Gloria from our Welcome Committee to come up. Come on, Gloria. Gloria. Directly following Gloria, I'm gonna have Sylvia, who is our director for Best Start. She's coming up. She just has a brief announcement to make. Gloria.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So our meeting agreement, be punctual, stay present and engaged on topic, put the focus on the future, be authentic yourself. One person speaks at a time, agree to disagree to respectfully, finish your sentence, not your paragraph, set up, set back, exercise confidentiality when necessary, be patient, open to technology, keep your video on if possible, assume positive intentions, a rainy day will make flowers, separate persons from the row, be creative and have fun. Thank you, guys.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Welcome. So excited to see everybody here. As Daryl mentioned, my name is Sylvia Scott, and I'm the director of Best Start here in the Antelope Valley. And wanted to welcome everybody. I know that there's been a lot of work that's been happening in the last year or so, but especially in the last couple of months, we've had committees hit the ground running. We've had a lot of new people that are really eager to be part of Best Start, and we're really super excited. But just also wanted to let you guys know for lunch today, we usually do just like the regular sandwiches, but I know that everybody's been working hard, and also in honor of Child Abuse Prevention Month, we are gonna have, as you saw, I don't know if you saw when you came in, there's somebody setting up here. We're gonna have a company that's gonna be doing tacos and different types of food. So as soon as we do the meeting, we'll go out there, get food, and then you can come back and eat in here. We could, or you can take it with you. But just wanted to say thank you to everybody for all the hard work that's been going into everything for Best Start this last couple months. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna eat good today, y'all. Again, reminder, sign in. If you came in and you did not sign in, welcome committee is available. Make sure you do that. If you need interpretation, next screen, please. If you need interpretation, you can go ahead and make sure you talk with, our interpreters in the back, Carlos and Carmen. Woo, let me hear from Carlos and Carmen. They will hand out the earplugs for you so you can hear in your language. We have our sign language interpreters in the front. Come on, sign language interpreters, raise your hands. Shout out for them. They're doing great jobs over here. Next slide, please. So we are recording this session. So today, our agenda, we have a little bit on our agenda. Just so you know, we will be acknowledging April is our National Child Abuse Awareness Month. And then we're gonna have some readouts, some updates from our committee, which we are encouraging our partnership. First of all, become a partner with Best Start and then join one of our committees. So we have updates from our Welcome and Outreach Committee. Then we'll have our meeting review, what we went over last month. Many of you were not here, but for those of you who were here, we will be updating and reviewing what we covered in March at our regional meeting. Then we will have our group connection, and our partnership survey. We're going to also have our data committee updates with David. He's gonna come and give some updates. Then we have our social media booths. How many of you bought your phones today? Got your cell phones and stuff like that? Okay, woo. Stay tuned. It's gonna be the bomb. It's gonna be the bomb. Then we have our policy committee update and our capacity building opportunities. So Best Start comes with opportunities. We meet for purpose. It's not just another meeting. It is for a purpose for our community to gather knowledge and, equity and update our advance so that we can effectively affect our community. We also have some polling concerning Tech Tuesday, and then we're gonna close out with some reflections and some community announcements. So our desired result at the end of this meeting is that our CCA goal priorities for voting results, we voted last time, so we're gonna review those results. We want to gain an understanding of the data collection and the partnership survey, as well as be able to engage in efforts to boost awareness for Best Start. We reviewed, thank you, Gloria, for our meeting agreements. I just wanted you to see those. And our welcome committee is actively involved. So I want to thank them for their help in getting you signed in and reading that. So this is our check-in. At your table. Oh, we're gonna turn this over to Maylin. I almost forgot, she put it down here, Maylin. I'm gonna turn this over to Maylin, who's gonna take us through our check-in.
Hi, good morning, everyone. We're very excited to have you here today. So we're gonna go over our community check-in. So within Amount Your Table, we're gonna go ahead and review the questions. How are you feeling today? What is your goal for our time together? And who can you ask for support at your table? We're gonna go and discuss it within our tables for 10 minutes and then kind of just bring towards the ending of that. Thank you.
I do. I had it.
She didn't give you the mic. She didn't give a mic.
Don't have a feelings wheel, raise your hand. Yeah, that's the feelings wheel. We need another feelings wheel. So the feelings wheel.
No feelings.
We have feelings over here.
Of course she laughed.
Wheel.
We'll get you one right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
We encourage you not to just say, oh, I feel okay.
I thought you were talking about me.
I'm good. No. Pick a feeling. How are you feeling? Not how are you doing? How are you feeling? And go around 1 minute per person at each table. You don't have to get deep. Just go through the wheel. Each person answer it. I see you over there, little mama. Okay, what is your goal for our meeting together? Who can you turn to for support?
How did it go, or what do you do? You come back and you ask them to share. You just No. Then that's your goal. Okay, thank you.
Let's just sit. Let's just sit.
Everybody, Darrell and Omar are sitting here.
I just put it there.
Yeah, you can just put it there.
There's no room.
There you go.
Next time. Well, we'll use some of our phones. Because they're not presenting right now.
I'm not talking today, girl.
No, when I have it connected, it's not
Hi,
connected.
everybody, we have 2 more minutes. It's okay, I'm gonna keep you out.
You have to speak louder. I couldn't hear you. I mean, yeah. Huh? You can just, when you come back, you're fine, right?
I'm sure, I can do it again.
Okay, do it.
We have 2 more minutes, everybody, thank you. Oh. We just learn beautiful working and just learn time.
Okay, so. This is simple enough, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is gonna be, there is. Things like that, and then soon for them on the phone, because you can get it.
Okay, everybody, are we ready to come together?
Don't clap their hands once if they can hear you.
Can you clap your hands once if you can hear me? Okay, perfect. By the looks of it, you guys are having really interesting conversations, so that's amazing. Would anybody like to volunteer and share out? Not all at once, please. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I want to share that I'm feeling moved. And by saying moved, is that at 6:30 I got moved out of my bed. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see so much as attending these meetings. There's a lot more coming and I'm getting to meet new people. So for me, I'm feeling very excited. Thank you, guys.
Would anybody else like to share out?
Hi, my name is Annie Gray, and my word, because I was real excited. From the time I woke up this morning, I've been excited. And so, the words, that I chose was grateful. And just life is them. And then I thought about all of the children, and I was riding in the car with my daughter, talking about our children all here and all around the world. So I was so grateful, so, definitely grateful.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Hello, good morning. My name is Kaya. I'm just really happy to be back in the building. Literally, I wasn't here last month because, my little one and I were on spring break and he basically just caught up on game sleep and I did laundry, but I was missed and I'm seeing that. So thank you guys for just again, providing a sense of purpose. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy to see everybody.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Ramirez. I am here. I was invited by Carla. I'm very excited to be here. I'm feeling empowered. I really enjoy being here. I'm a social butterfly, so I do talk a lot. So when I thought it was for chocolate writers, but I see that it's a community. So I'm actually really looking forward to being here, and I'm excited, empowered, and I think that for me, the purpose for me is like I love working with children. And I like advocating for them, and for me, just being here, knowing that if there's advocacy for children, it makes me extremely empowered and I feel that the children are our future, and we have to continue providing quality services in the community for them to be able to succeed and become our future generations of educators. And I think many times as an educator, we are not valued as much as we should. A lot of us have degrees, we have many years of experience in the education. And I just feel many times, they put labels on us, and it's really sad that other countries, they really empower educators, and they're seen more as doctors, whereas us, we're seen as we are, the babysitter, and it's one of the things that I really am very looking forward to, because as a person that's been working, in the field for more than 25 years, just opened my family daycare, I see that there's a lot of biases. And I feel that there has to be some sort of, change, because I don't want to be seen as a babysitter. I provide quality care for children. And I just want to make sure that I'm, in all the different areas that I am advocating for those providers, we work very long hours. And I feel many times we're not being compensated enough, yet we're here for the children, because the children are our future. And I feel that we need to continue empowering people such as providers, not to give up, because many times, we feel that we're just not valued. And if you were to see all the things that we do as providers, childcare providers are not babysitters. A lot of us have many high degrees. And I just feel that I want to make sure that I can advocate for that. because again, we're here to help the community and to empower those children. As we see them on a daily basis, they are our future, and we just need to continue advocating for them. And here I am, being that person that one likes to advocate. So I'm very happy to be here with all of you, and I'm really looking forward to see what the future holds. I will be more than happy to continue attending the meetings, but I also want to see what's going on in the community. How are we helping our children? Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing now.
Awesome. Thank you, Maylene. All right, now if you notice, if you look around, you will see these little blue pinwheels, right? This is in representation of our Child Abuse Prevention Month, our little blue pinwheels. So we just have a short video we want to share with you in representation of child abuse. Our April is National Child Abuse Awareness Month.
Children and families.
Oh, hold it, wait, we gotta get the sound.
It wants to be.
It wants to be funny.
Yeah.
PC on there?
Yeah.
Give us a second, we gotta adjust our sound. Did not.
Mm-mm.
I have to put it, I can put the mic up so we can hear it.
Are our greatest natural resource. We all have a stake in helping them grow and thrive. Each family is unique, and every parent and caregiver can get overloaded. Let's ensure children and families reach their full potential. Policies and
Some technical difficulties.
He's telling me where the closed caption is, just in case you forgot. He pushed it. Give us a second, we're gonna get it.
My internet wasn't connecting this morning either. I think it's Spectrum.
Let's bring Spectrum, let's call the right time, let us to Spectrum one. Stop all that dancing and fix the internet.
children and families are our greatest natural resource. We all have a stake in helping them grow and thrive. Each family is unique, and every parent and caregiver can get overloaded. Let's ensure children and families reach their full potential. Policies and services that put families first strengthen all of us. Grow a better tomorrow for all children together. Visit www.preventchildabuse.org. Hashtag growing better together.
So this month, for the month of April, go out, support Child Abuse Awareness Month. There are various events taking place and representing, preventing child abuse. So we'll make you aware of those. At the end, we do have some resources that we will share with you. All right, right now I'm going to invite my Best Start Welcome and Outreach Committee to come forward and share some updates of what this committee is currently doing in the Antelope Valley.
Thank you for that, Greg. So a few of the events that we've been at recently have been the Spring Jubilee out in Lake LA. Unfortunately, I had technical difficulties with that, and the photos were able to get pulled back up. But we do also have the Spring Festival over in Ana Verde. Thanks to Gloria for inviting us and, you know, being part of the community. That was a great hit. Saw a lot of little kids, you know, dancing around, you know, finding their eggs and having a blast. We were also out at True Life Community Church this past weekend, so you'll see some of our staff there, as well as some of our residents. You know, we had a basketball competition going on, shooting hoops. We were giving out little prizes. We had some of the other team from Children's Bureau there as well. Can't tell what that last one is, but yeah. Maylin, if you'd like to.
Yeah, no, I'm one of the outreach specialists for Best Start. I do mainly the outreaching. So if you see me out in the community, come say hi. But yeah, no, we're outreaching for Best Start and what we do and the focuses that we're trying to, the challenges that we're trying to fix within our communities. But yeah, this is just to kind of showcase some of the things that we do provide for our residents.
This was the family fun fair.
Okay, and that was a little video of the family fun fair that took place on Saturday, this past Saturday. Our outreach team was out there advocating for Best Start. If we go to the next slide. All right, and then this is, we want to invite you all to the welcome committee. This past meeting, we had some of our members. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stop that.
You do that?
Nope.
No.
It's okay, you guys. It's a little cloudy outside, so, you know, Spectrum is not our best friend. Let's just blame it on Spectrum.
Some ears are probably buzzing, like, what did I miss?
I know.
All right, so again, this is, we want to invite you.
Oh, it keeps playing for some reason.
Just mute the video. Sorry. Which one's your mom?
There you go.
There you go. So we would like to invite you all to the welcome committee. This meeting takes place every fourth Tuesday of each month. This is on Zoom only. The welcome committee is really a committee to get the members involved at the regional meetings where you're here today. I would like to again give a special shout out to those who are participating today from the welcome committee. Tess, she's here, she's Gloria as well, earlier, she's helping me sign in. We also have Gotti in the back. She's a part of the welcome committee as well. So big shout out to them. We're really trying to incorporate all the members to get involved in the regional meetings. Also this past, meet that we had with the welcome committee, we want to really come up with a strategy for first time attendees and which way we could get them caught up in the region when they're at Best Start meetings, like what type of strategy can we do to catch them up? Again, we also want to invite you all, for those current members, we are doing welcome kits. So these kits are gonna have small incentives as well as 3 ring binders with all the framework that we've been doing this past year. So if you go to the next slide, please. And if you're not a part of the welcome committee, that is fine. We still want to invite you to come on Friday, May 3rd. This will take place from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and it will be here at Children's Bureau. So if you guys would like to come and join us in preparing these welcome kits, we invite you all. I will be sending out reminders as well. So yeah, and that's the welcome committee. Thank you.
Can you invite people if they haven't signed up to be members to be members?
Yes, if you, just like Julia said, if you're not a member, come on, let's be a member.
Huh? Oh, yeah, let's do a raffle.
Oh, the next one. And now it's raffle time, so did everyone?
Got their ticket, right?
Yes, okay, awesome, so right now we're gonna be raffling off a $25 gift card. Hold on, she's gonna go there.
Okay, so this gift card is $25 and it can be used at, Old Navy, Applebee's, Grubhub, Chevron, Texaco, Ulta, Regal Movie Theaters, and Total Wine and More. So it's a
Ooh.
one more. Or the row, you get the signature, whoever gets this first one.
So we're gonna have a lovely member right here, to just take it out. And then. So, winner, I'm gonna say the last three numbers. 026. I think I lost.
But I never win.
Oh, my.
And everyone that gets a gift card will also have your sign off for it. What's next, Effie? The
Okay.
Child Abuse Prevention Coffee Club.
Yeah, so here.
I'll take that.
So next, we'll be raffling off this beautiful mug. Ooh.
It says it's a beautiful day to protect kids, and then it says the future depends on caring people like you who put safety of children first in everything they do.
No,
Really.
So let me go over here and, we made eye contact.
024.
024.
024.
Don't disappoint me. I swear I did it right this time. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Going once,
024.
going twice.
No.
No worries, we're gonna pick another one out.
Who left?
036.
You have that one, I have a couple already, so I can give this to somebody else.
You wanna do it on somebody else? Okay.
Oh, so nice.
Oh. Third time in the charm.
Four.
Yeah.
047.
047. Oh, me.
Getting with a G.
Okay, and then lastly, we have, tickets to the 18th annual Darien Wheat Walk that's happening next Saturday on the 27th.
Yes.
As you can see, we have an Eddie Ray represented and wearing their shirt, so those, we're gonna raffle off one ticket, I believe.
Yes.
So then-
No, right now it's 2.
Two, okay, so.
And these tickets are, this walk is gonna be really, really, important for all of us to attend, but also there's gonna be free food, there's gonna be prizes, and so, the tickets will get you a shirt, I believe, right, a shirt?
Yes.
Where is it at?
It's
Adams Park?
at McAdams Park on 30th Street East in Palmdale.
We have flyers at the resource, table that has that information as well.
Yeah. And the winner is 041. Wow. Yeah. Physical ticket.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, I don't have that.
And then we made eye contact.
One more free walk ticket.
Yeah.
043.
043.
No. 043?
No?
No? Okay, no worries, no worries.
Walk off means what? That's like a
It's,
fundraiser?
yes, it's a fundraiser.
017. 10. And let me switch with the rails, because the rails are so fast.
All right, so stay tuned, be ready, because we're gonna have some more raffles. All right, so next, let's go here. I'm gonna ask Carla, come on up, Carla.
we're gonna do a brief, review of March and then go over our CCA things with you. So I'm gonna turn this over to Carla.
Thank you. Can you switch the slide, please? Awesome, so I'll do a quick review. Something that I'm finding very interesting is the ebb and flow of participants who, come and join us. I see some familiar faces, I see some very new faces, so it makes this part of the work, just a little interesting in terms of, I wanna make sure we're all on the same page, right? For our community change agenda, we all need to understand what is it that we're trying to change in the community and the why. And so if you haven't been a part of the conversations in the last few months, in the last year, actually, this might seem like a lot of information, so bear with us. But I do want to also just share, we are in the process of revamping our Policy Leadership Academy, as some of you are familiar with, to incorporate a level, sort of a level system where the first level, we're going to really dedicate to reviewing a lot of the work that has gone on in Bestart over the past 2 years. This is really important because we want to make sure that those new participants, our new residents who join us understand what is the work that we have been working on, right? So just, I'll kind of like preface with that. Be on the lookout for that when it comes out, because we want to make sure that everyone understands how we got to the community change agenda, what has been the work that we've been putting into it, and how we're moving forward. So if it's a little bit confusing, please feel free to come up to me afterwards and we can have that little bit of conversation. I know the Welcome Committee is doing a great job with putting together that binder to make sure that as you join the partnership, that you receive that information as well. So last month, we had Child Care Resource Center join us and they shared about the many different resources that they provide for families here in the Antelope Valley. I think our biggest takeaway was just how many services there are, how accessible they can be. But we need to get the word out, right? CCRC needs to get the word out. We need to get the word out for those of us who had that opportunity to learn about those different programs. I'm curious if any of you have had a chance to share about those programs with families or other community members. I see Ms. Denise raising her hand, Ms. Karina raising her hand, Ms. Gloria. Yes, yes. So we want to make sure that the information doesn't just stay here, right? They did leave a couple of flyers as well. A lot of them did share their business cards. I believe they'll be joining us on Saturday as well at the Family Resource Fair, at the Child Abuse Prevention and Resource Fair, because we want to keep those collaborations going, right? We don't want to just, quick presentation and then, happy with you all. No, we want to keep those conversations going. So we will have them join us on Saturday. And I think we have someone here from CCRC as well, way back there. So again, we really appreciate your presence and being here with the community. And I think that was one of the biggest takeaways, right? The many services that are available, but we need to make sure we're getting the word out on them. And then we also reviewed the different committees that have already started. We have the welcome, the policy, and the data. I think we really got to spend some time on those last month. So while we won't be doing that today, we will actually be providing more like updates as you saw with the welcome committee. I do want to emphasize, like, get involved, right? If you are looking to just do a little bit more here at Bestart, those are great opportunities. So again, we have the data, the welcome, and the policy. And then we actually voted on our goal priority for our community change agenda, right? We reviewed the 3 goals. We've had numerous conversations on what these goals entail. And we voted on what are we going to focus on? What is the priority right now? We have 3 amazing goals. What is our priority? We had a great discussion prior to the voting on what is important to me, what is important to my family, what is important to my community, right? We had that opportunity to have that conversation with each other because it's important that we be connecting with each other so that we can move forward as community.
And then we went ahead and voted. So if we go on to the next slide, what we'll see is what we have so far, just kidding, one more slide. What we have so far are 3 goals. The first one, children have access to quality childcare and early education to meet the unique needs of the child and the family. The second goal was families have access to early childhood resources that focus on child and family well-being. We know that we cannot help the child if we don't help the family too, and that has been a big conversation, here at Bestart. And just throughout the community, right? We know that that is really important. And then our third goal was sorry, hold on, let me catch my breath. Local professional opportunities are available, keyword local, right? Just because we're in the AV doesn't mean we should have to drive hours out to receive these resources and opportunities. So local professional opportunities are available to support a growing, diverse early education and childcare workforce. Given these 3 goals, we took a vote. Now again, because at each meeting, we have members who have continued to be active in Bestart, who have continued to participate, whether it be in the meetings, in the events. We also have to be mindful that we have participants who might be new, right? Might be new, or this might be like their second meeting, and so we wanna make sure that when we are voting, that we are making sure the voice of those who are consistently here, sharing those experiences and following the work, that those votes are accounted for, right? We appreciate those who are just joining. We want to make sure that you continue to participate so that, as we have outlined in our Bestart membership, then your vote will also be included. So if we can go on to the next slide, I'll just kind of go through the breakdown of what the voting looks like. We had a total of 49 participants who voted in last month, which is great, right? But of those in our in-person meeting, we had 9 who were part of the membership who have been consistently attending and participating, and we had 12 who were non-members. In our online meeting, unfortunately, Zoom didn't capture my, well, it was on me really. I didn't set Zoom to capture who voted for what. So we had 7 participants. I believe about 3 or 4 were actually members who have been consistently attending and participating. So I'm gonna reach out to them just to make sure that we can track exactly what their vote was. But this is the breakdown of the votes. In total, we had 24 for goal A, which was increasing access to childcare, 20 for goal B, which is access to resources, and then goal C that focuses on the workforce.
How many?
5. Why is it 5? There's a number I think okay, I'll go back and check my numbers there because. Why am I?
That's 49. Yeah, that's 49.
My numbers are not adding up.
This is why we're also gonna focus on quality early education so we can get our numbers.
What did I do? How did I go wrong here?
I don't know.
It's okay, we'll rectify it.
Apologies.
It was a test, it was just a test.
The test with the emergency broadcast.
Oh, there yesterday.
Alright, start this slide. I'm gonna come back to it, guys. I'll come right back to this slide. Alright, because we do have to have after reviewing the numbers, the votes ended up A, B, C still. So, the priority landed on goal A, which was increasing access to childcare. Don't mind my numbers. I completely apologize for that. I will fix that in a minute. But with that understanding, I would like to have a discussion here as a group with everyone, about our experience with the childcare system here in the AV. I know that in one way or another, it impacts us, right? But Again, because we have new members, we have, members who have been here, members who have been here, but maybe, haven't been here in the last few meetings. I'd like to make sure that we continue those discussions. And I have here, I think what's going on, thank you. We have a little chart going around. It is in English and in Spanish, so, just go ahead and flip it if you need Spanish in the back. But I'd like you to engage in a conversation with those at your table. There are some questions on the paper. And they are, what is your relationship to or experience with the childcare system for you as an individual, right? What is your experience? Maybe you might feel like you have no ties to it, or maybe you clearly know what is your tie to the childcare system. In addition to that, thinking of our first goal, right, increasing access to childcare, how does increasing access to childcare and early education impact you, your family, or your children, right? So again, I'd like to spend a couple of minutes, maybe about, just about 10 minutes. 10 minutes in groups, and then we'll come back and share, with the entire group. Questions? Comments? I do ask that you take notes. I would really appreciate if I could collect these, papers back. So maybe if you identify one scribe, someone to take notes for you, for the whole group, and just collect that information together. So, questions? Now you guys wanna get going with the discussion? All right, 10 minutes. Oh, thank you, appreciate that.
Go ahead and.
About 3 minutes? Sorry, that was loud. Is it still 3 minutes? Is it still 3 minutes?
2:40.
Conversation, get that last thought in. Please make sure you capture your thoughts on the worksheet as well, please. All right, guys, time is up. I want to bring us back into the whole group discussion. Do I have any volunteers who would like to share what they know, what they wonder, and what they learned? Now, also keep in mind, I really, I would love for us to gather as much information as we can in terms of what we wonder, because that'll help shape the next few months of what we discuss here in these meetings, right? And who we want to bring in and have that information. So I'm gonna hand it off to Laura here.
My name is Brett. Our people wanted to share, specifically that, that subsidies are available despite the message that they are not. It continues to be a mixed message that there's no funding, that this is available, or that there's a waiting list, and who knows how many people get lost from that. So that, that's what we know, but we also know that it's for parents and providers, that the CPRC does work with both of those to facilitate these things. But we wonder why there's more accurate information that's consistent across the board. When you get placed on a waiting list, what happens in a waiting list, around years, like where's your check-in? Because it needs to be more consistent and obviously, like across the board, it needs to apply to everybody. So what we wonder is why there isn't more case management. I know there's a lot on place that people do. But what we're wondering is if there might be more of a buddy system. People things advocate for themselves, opt into a separate pool where they could actually be, forget my phone. But anyway, so what we'd like to know, or what you wonder is like, why do we advocate for ourselves better? Why do we know where we're at on these meetings? What we wonder is why people are falling into the practice.
Thank you so much, Laura. Send me your little paper as well, please. A lot of great, wonders here, right? And I know to some extent, we have covered some of this information, but a one-time quick, like, 5-minute conversation is not enough, right? We need to have deeper dives into this system. Anyone else? I'm gonna start handing it randomly to people.
You want to go?
No, what you're yeah. No, that's great, we want to hear it.
Hola, mi nombre es Nancy Miranda. Y a veces también por el idioma que no hablamos, también a veces no nos hacen caso o que no hay intérprete o que deje su número y entonces le tomo la llamada y nunca me lo regresan. O a veces también es en la propia raza de uno que no nos quiere apoyar, agarrar ese tiempo y ahí se queda en el limbo.
So sometimes. Sometimes when you go and ask for services, since they know your English is not your primary language, you know, they kind of just put you to the side or, you know, forget about you kind of thing. Or even then your own uncle, when you go there and ask for services, they kind of go against you. So those are the challenges in cases sometimes.
Thank you. Maybe of what we wonder in this conversation?
We wonder a lot. Yeah. So, we wonder, is there quality childcare for all regardless of income? And we wonder if the process to enroll can be easier for people to actually access it. And we wonder, are we limited to the resources that should be offered? And what we learned is that we have plenty of advocacy to do. There is a large gap here in the AV, and there is a language barrier that can create biases and missed opportunities. That's us. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Laura, and Ms. Nancy for sharing, bringing it over here.
So we came up with, what we know is starting in the field can be challenging and difficult in the beginning. The children's needs, overall, sometimes are not taken care of. Oh, these overall. Childcare provides and childcare providers are underpaid, unappreciated, low pay, no medical insurance, and there's a big turnaround. And also not knowing what to expect, and there's a big turnaround with them. What we wonder is what to expect, what should we be getting and asking when we go to childcare providers? What questions do we need to ask them? And then how can we value the childcare provider if we don't value the parent? And sometimes the parent isn't valued and given respect. What we learned that there are different facilities, childcares from the quality childcare. So we have to observe closely what's going on, ask questions. And as one of the ladies said, observe what they're doing. Are they talking to the children? Because we had an experience with 2 different childcares where one of them, the lady said she thought there was something wrong with the child because the child wasn't communicating. And then when she took the child to be checked, they asked, okay, so what is being said to her? Are they communicating with her? And when she went back and observed, she observed the first child care was not really talking to the child. But when she took it to the second child care, they were saying, okay, now we're gonna go do this, we're gonna put your shoes on, we're gonna go to the kitchen, we're gonna do this, so that they were stimulating her brain. And within a week, they started talking. So there is a difference, and we have to be careful and watch and observe what's going on and not just take the very first childcare provider that comes our way.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Anyone else? Okay, I have one person here and then Mr. Redbone.
And I also want to highlight, that in this community, I work with home visitors and they share out the stresses and the family needs. And one of the needs is like the family needs to work but they don't trust childcare, right? So I personally have used, childcare for both of my children, and I believe my daycare providers are part of my village. And I'm a strong advocate for childcare just because, you know, they have been such a support to my professional development. But there is, you know, a lot of parents are fearful of dropping off their children at daycare because of things that they can see on social media, on TV, or from others. Or that stigma that family members tell them, oh, you're gonna drop off your child at daycare. Right, to a stranger, like, why stay home, right? So yeah, and that can also be a barrier to families reaching out to get childcare services.
Thank you very much. Then we had Mr. Beto.
Well, you know, the interpreter's gonna have to do the voice again. All right, so my name is Alberta, just to let you know. So regardless of adults and what they're doing, the activities or how they're expressing themselves with family in the community, in Lancaster, in the park, I think is the most important thing for kids, getting out, getting exercise, learning things about nature, learning in an environment that's happy. Parents' behavior of being mature or helping to mature their kids, communication, knowledge, everything that is involved in that. I mean, just sitting at home and being isolated for kids, watching TV or playing games on their computer is not development. That's not helping. They have to get out. They have to socialize. They have to exercise, develop their brain, build their brain. We need to empower the kids to be able to do that as well, to get the community involved in going to the park and having development like that. And maybe having, you know, the childcare associated with that and what the goals are, but not just sitting at home, because that's where we fail our kids. That's where we fail our children, is by not giving them the resources that they need to get out, to get active, to use their brain, to use their muscles. You know, their brain, their muscles physically is as important as developing their brain, because they are related to each other. So getting people excited about getting that child development out into the community, in the parks, to help them grow, to help with their growth, with their mental and their physical growth.
Bravo. Thank you so much. And when we think about systems changing, I can't help but wonder, what is it that keeps us residents, family members, community members from really demanding that we receive the services, right, that we rightfully deserve? Not so much for us as adults, but for our children, right, to say, yeah.
I got a big mouth, you're fine. I'm a mom. So I think, and I was sharing with these ladies that I was over PTA for several years, the whole Antelope Valley. And what I saw was, especially for our Espanol, our Spanish speaking, if you have a school or a daycare or whatever the case is, and you have Spanish-speaking children, you must have Spanish advocates that's for that child. And, for those children, right? And so in my, reign of PTA, I made sure that every school for the PTA had someone that was not only interpreting, but was an advocate to assist those children. So we can't expect more. If we're not taking into consideration and making sure that we're taking care of the parent, how can you think that you're going to take care of the caregiver? You know what I'm saying? So we have to make, and so the answer to your question for me is, I believe it's backlash. Because when I was dealing directly, and I know very little Spanish, but I was able to communicate with my Spanish parents to the best of my ability. They were scared to say, hey, listen, my kid isn't being fairly here because they felt like they were gonna have some kind of backlash. I think that that's also in care of like foster care, when you get your kids first back, they're scared that they're going to lose those kids again. Or God help me, if you think that because you may not beating, you may spank, you're gonna get your children taken away from you. So there's backlash, there's this constant, you know, I'm gonna get in trouble for this kind of thing. So I'm not raising the kid, I'm just letting the kid raise himself, or I'm not gonna say anything because you know the authority. No, the parent is the authority, because you know you're here.
Thank you so much, yes. And again, I want to make sure that we're capturing these thoughts on the little worksheets I passed out, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect the information from these worksheets, and we're gonna, I say co-design, like what the next few months, what is the time of it, what kind of information do we need to continue pushing our community change agenda forward? And I think that everyone here has contributed some really amazing thoughts, things that I know resonate with everyone's experience in one way or another. But we can't just leave it at that. And we can't just leave it at, hey, I came and I voiced and then like nothing happened. So what's going to happen next? And I think that's part of the piece I want to make sure the partnership can co-design together and move forward with. So thank you everyone for sharing. I'm actually gonna move us forward because of time. Can you go to the next slide, please? Because I believe our partnership survey, oh yeah, we already did that. We're gonna go over our, David is gonna go over our partnership survey, and again, when there is a collection of information, we don't want it to just be, we got the information and then nothing came from it. So we wanna make sure that we continue to move forward, and I'm just gonna hand it off to. Sorry.
Thank you, everybody. So, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Thank you for having me. So this is our partnership survey. If you remember, back in January, we provided a survey in which we wanted to get feedback from our partnership for things that are beyond, you know, our usual satisfaction survey. This actually goes a little bit deeper. So our partnership survey was, you know, rolled out so that we can start addressing system change. How well are we retaining? How well are we providing information about it? How well are we engaging in system change? Alongside of that, we're also looking at how Best Start is doing as a whole. How healthy is the partnership at the moment? And alongside that, how can we best develop our members and capacity building opportunities? So if we can go to the next slide, just remember to click on that. You can press back to my hand. Okay. Thank you. So first off, with this, I wanted to provide acknowledgements, because first and foremost, whenever we have anything in regards to data, anytime we have a project, anytime we research something, we want to uplift those who are involved in it. So I just want to include a slide in which who worked on this data, who looked at this data, which I do want to remind everyone that there was no identifiers in this. So our survey collection was completely anonymous. So our analysis was completed by our Children's Bureau staff, so Stephanie assisted me with this alongside myself and our Lighthouse Evaluation Data Consultancy team. And then that's Alejandra and Talia. So we also had a co-design. So a really important piece within our research is that we involve our members, because if it's studying our community and it's looking at our community and addressing things within it, it's really important that we have that voice to kind of give us that proper language, give us the proper understanding, and give us, you know, so we leverage a perspective that we're not having within our team. So that the Best Start members who helped us with co-designing this survey were Alma, Joseph, Gadi, and Kelly. And Gadi and Kelly are here right now, so we can give. Yeah, they stood with me. It was like a 2-hour meeting. We're looking at this and revising it. I appreciate you guys so much for standing by that. You guys are the best. But alongside that, we also had Carla and Regolis Consulting, who also added in our capacity building pieces. So if we can move on to the next slide. So here's our respondents who what our respondents identifying as parent, stakeholder, and resident. Now, these are 3 very important pieces. Parent is in a child development focused initiative, we really want to have parents involved. Stakeholders are really important as well, because these are individuals who we see as pillars within the community. They provide these spaces so that we can have advocacy and we can share voices. Alongside that, we have our residents. So our parents are those who identify as having children under the age of 18. Our stakeholders are those who consider themselves community advocates and work within the community. And our residents are individuals who don't identify with either of those, but are still involved with the initiative. So that is how that looks like. We have 36%, 47%, and 60% respectively. And we'll go into how we can utilize this information in a little bit. Next slide. Here's our demographics. So we really didn't want to include too much demographics questions in this one, considering that we have a demographic survey that we roll out anytime we see shifts and trends. According to our logic model that helps to, see an increase in diversity within our partnership. But our average age for individuals and responding to the survey, and that our end here is 1990, which is the amount we took the survey, is 15. And then the primary language here is 82% English and 18% Spanish. And, next slide. So, from your own experience, in your own words, how would you describe Best Start's purpose or its work in the Antelope Valley community? That's the question that we have here, and these are the questions that we parsed out. If you'll remember 1850 survey, this is an open-ended response. But what we did here is actually we recoded it to which, we can share out pretty quickly, because if we provided our full responses and excerpts, it would take kind of forever, right, to share out with everybody. So we categorized it. So the main response that we got to this is that Best Start is a community advocate, so that anytime when our members are looking at Best Start, that's the first thing that comes to mind, community advocate, or change habits. So next one is community network and support. So our members identify this as a community network, and we're able to share information with other individuals or connections. And on top of that, we're a community resource hub. So sharing resources, relevant resources to individuals who may need them, or we can share. So the bottom portion here is supportive reception. It's you'll notice that's a little bit vague. So it's where we can't categorize it really specifically, but individuals who responded within supportive receptions were able to kind of relay a positive message on top of that. So our next slide, please. So this is a really important one. I know Carla had mentioned that we don't want to take this information and not do anything with it. So the key piece within data is that we don't just collect it for the sake of collecting it. There's a really important part of integrating data. Because when we integrate data, that's where we make it informs our decision making and it guides our partnership in what we want to prioritize. So if you look at it, I know that this is small writing, it's kind of a lot to take to put into this format. I tried. But anyways, I'll read through them. These are our main ones that we're looking at, and if you'll keep this in mind, remember that if we're doing something, in relation to any of these responses, it's because we listen. You took the survey and we're going to take that feedback and actually put it into action, which I'm really happy about to see, because I think we've already done some work that is covering these topics. So the first one that was the most desired capacity building option is developing partnerships and collaborations. The next one here is systems change. The next one is advocacy for policy change, community organizing approaches, making sense of data and information, understanding government structures, which is federal, state, and local. Then we have developing leadership skills, decision-making skills, public speaking proficiency, and effective team design. So I think one of the things that we're trying to focus on is on these first, the most desired pieces. Developing partnerships and collaborations is really important within the partnership as a whole, right? We hope to actually do something and utilize this space to do so, which is why we call it the partnership. And then we look at system change. System change is a really important piece to us because this is a strategy that is developing a little bit more. We're seeing it in a little bit more organizations that actually takes approaches that don't, you might have heard this before. We don't go for the Band-Aid approach. We're going for a systems-wide approach that addresses the root cause of an issue and shifts those conditions that put it into place. So That's a really important piece to us, and that's the strategy that we're gonna go look for whenever we have something in place, or whenever we undertake an initiative or a project. Advocacy for policy change, I think Carlo is a really big piece in this, because we're having policy leadership academy, we've had, and as we're gonna roll out a rerun of that as well, we have our policy committee, and on top of that, we hope that we integrate policy, informing within the partnership as well. So next, we have our community organizing approaches. So that's where Omar comes in. We have a community organizer who is, undertaking this within our maybe our welcome or our outreach, projects. And then making sense of data information. This is where I come in, hopefully. We have our data committee, which I'm gonna plug in at the end. But making sense of data information actually is, not just within data committees, but disseminating information within the partnership, bringing this back, bringing your information back. And then from there, we have our governance structures, developing leadership skills, which all go into our workshops that we're undertaking. So we can go to our next slide, please. This is our Spanish slide. Does anybody have any questions? I know I've talked a lot, and I hope I said some engagement. This is your data after all, but any questions right here in the comments? So I can
No.
Can I just comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I like when you break it down, to me, when I get I just wanted to say, when I look at numbers, it alarms me. So for me, it might feel like, oh, we're talking, but at the end, when you put it all in a graph and it resonates with me. Numbers are like, oh my God, I can't believe we're at this high with this much work. So I just wanted to, a good comment, like, thank you for doing that, because sometimes with me, with the little ones, sometimes I'm trying to hear, but when I see the number, when I go back home and I see graphs, it really resonates, like a lot of the stuff that, if I come to the meeting, it gets, like you said, David. I just want to compliment you that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, disseminating information is really important, to do so clearly. And hopefully when we visualize it like this, it's pretty, you capture a quick snapshot. Yeah, so here's our open-ended responses to that previous item. If you remember in our survey, the items were predetermined, but these are ones that you actually added in yourselves. So here we have, computer and technological skills, and this is actually being covered by our rollout of Tech Fridays. Yeah, Tech Fridays, that is coming up.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll talk about that a little bit. I might have gotten ahead of myself. Partnership development, resources for the deaf community, mental health, and immigration. And of course, these are things that we continue to keep in mind as we roll out new workshops or new events. So keeping in mind in our next slide. So this question that we're going over is, how are you most interested in participating in the partnership moving forward? What is it that you want to do? Like, what do you guys want to do? We wanted to see what that would look like. And here is the first one, which was no surprise to me, was the 10 partnership meetings. This is a great space for us all to share. And then here is participating in community organizing, attending skill building workshops. Next we have participate in the Best Start committee. Next one is conduct policy in support of Best Start's community change agenda. Co-facilitate Best Start meetings. Identify and engage new residents and stakeholders within the partnership. Serve as a mentor to a new member. Co-design and implement a systems change project or other. And these are things that we're already trying to implement. So when we're looking at it, participating in community organizing, attending skill building workshops, participating in the Best Start committee. I think Welcome Committee is doing a great job already, like handling this stuff already. I think. I mean, here, Tess, you're right here. I'm gonna call you out. What do you think? How's your experience in the committees, and how well do you feel integrated to Best Start as a result?
I like participating because I like to advocate and voice out all the opinions of everyone, especially parents. And, for advocating for the children and how we need, to protect and, watch the children.
Thanks, Tess. Yeah, and so that's like, hopefully we can kind of start weaving our member stories into the data. Because I love that. That's the most important piece, I think, to this, because you know, it might be just numbers and things you can look at as a snapshot. But hearing Tessa's story just makes me kind of, help me weave in the importance of this collection of data too. So, on top of that, we're all doing this. So we're looking at your community change agenda that we've gone over and we voted on. Where we're facilitating Best Start meetings, that's where we're having our welcome committee come in and start participating in their Best Start meetings a little bit further. Alongside our other committees who are trying to disseminate their information within the partnership. On top of that, serving as a mentor committee member, which again is a really big piece within welcome committee. And then co-designing a system change project, which I may say within data committee is what we are starting to do. Okay, so we can go to our next slide, which is going to be a Spanish interpretation. So let's skip that if you'd like. So our next piece is system change. We asked to define it. This is the primary definition of system change, in which we're confronting root cause of issues by transforming structures, customs, mindsets, power dynamics, and policies by strengthening collective power through the active collaboration of diverse people and organizations. This collaboration is rooted in shared goals to achieve lasting improvement to solve social problems at a local, national, and global level. Now, this is a very definitive definition of it, right? This is kind of in depth. Like if you were to answer this, it's I would imagine that you studied it. You know?
Yeah.
But we asked you guys, and we didn't expect anything on that level. We wanted to see what system change meant to you. So if we can go to the next slide, I'll actually show you what that looks like. So key things that we found within our system change definition that we've kind of combed through and coded is that there's a shift in attitude and mindset. Sustainability is a key piece of systems change. Looking at the source or root cause of an issue, I believe is one of the main responses that we got. That we're focused on the community, crafting solutions, defining issues. Those are all things that you guys identified within defining systems change. So we can go to our next slide. And then here's our key takeaways. So I'm coming to a close here. I promise I'll be quick. So here's our key takeaways within where we want to engage participation from. So as mentioned earlier, parents are a really key piece within our child development 0 to 5 initiative because they're the primary individuals that we want to provide support to, besides the actual children themselves. So that's where we want to start seeing a little bit more parents involved within our committees, within our partnership, and identified within our outreach as well to start engaging within and becoming Best Start members. On top of that is young adults. So this is something that is identified actually within our logic model. The logic model is our evaluation framework. So and how well we're able to evaluate how we're doing as a team here, as an initiative. And young adults are a really key piece. As we saw earlier, the average age for the survey completion was 50, and we wanted to start leveraging different perspectives in the partnership. And so we can go to the next slide if you may.
Next slide. Okay. There I go. Is that the next slide?
You
went to-
went to 4.
You went to 4 and we're
You're taking these guys back. They're like, "Oh, I can't."
no, he said he was gonna end.
What's going on? Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
All right.
I blame
One more.
Sylvia.
Oh.
Did I go
They're
back?
giving me the music, guys.
This is the hook. Speech is over.
Back a little bit.
One more.
One more?
A little back.
Oh,
Back that way.
back the other way.
The other way.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't get the?
One more.
One more? There we go.
All
All
right,
right.
yay.
Okay. So, here's our.
I got one
takeaway.
job.
So that's what the main thing that we saw ourselves is, within that start, is looking at ourselves as change catalysts. So this means being a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more in the community, physically out there and actually physically seeing tangible outcomes, through the initiative. And through this, we're able to kind of identify spaces in which this happens. So our regional partnership meetings, our skill building workshops, and within our community organized. If we can go to our next slide, please. Thank you. So here's another key takeaway within our capacity building. One of the things that are most important in capacity building efforts that we identified are in policy advocacy. systems change workshopping, developing collaborations, data sense making, and community orientation. Our next slide. So that's the end of our partnership survey highlights. Does anybody have any questions or have any comments? In that.
Ah, with him.
We're not exactly there yet. I'll get right there. So right here. I am so glad you asked. So here's our committee update. Our next meeting is gonna be on Tuesday, April 23rd. I promise it's not gonna be a bunch of yipping and yapping from my end. It's gonna be a lot more discussion based, right? So what we're gonna, this is gonna be a QR code. You sign up, and so once you sign up, you're gonna get a Outlook invitation to our recurring meeting. What happened at the, I believe, last Tuesday of the month. So within our next data committee, I believe that we're gonna be workshopping, data with a activity that's, we're gonna call it the treasure hunt. And we're also gonna be going over data literacy points. So, what is secondary data? How can we leverage our community voices to inform our, and on top of that, how well we can address any sort of barriers or challenges that we see within data, so that we can inform our next data committee session.
All
So
right,
I'll keep that there for a second. I see a couple of palms.
yay,
All right,
great job, David.
you know, keep it up for a little bit.
Not much, because we gotta move it a little bit. All right.
All right, and so, this is an update. So this is something that I actually posted in our group site. So if anybody's familiar with group site, there's a data tab. And within that data tab, we want to start posting a lot more information that we capture within our research projects or any sort of updates that we have from Children's Bureau itself. So one of the things that we did within data community, and I see Kelly over there, Kelly was a part of this too. I see Mike back there. It's been a part of our last two, it's been our first and second meeting, and I wanted to just kind of uplift Kelly, and then also Denise for attending for our data committee right now. So what we've done last time is that we looked at our third grade reading score. This would be something that we would have like in an interactive way, but if we can go to our next slide, you can find it here. So please, if you guys are interested in looking at your local schools outcomes or school districts outcomes, you can find that within this link right here to kind of show you within a virtual dashboard. You know, it gives you a map that you can choose a school from. It can show to you the third grade reading scores and math literacy within any school within Los Angeles County. So this was worked on by our IS team here in Children's Bureau, was put together to inform our AV Best Start and our Children's Bureau NPI project. So please feel free to take a picture of this QR code. It's a lot of really good information. It's very alarming when you look through it. But if you don't have a chance to take a picture of it right now, you can also find it on our group site as well. So go to our data tab and you'll find that I posted it right there.
And we'll share it with all the resources that we have after the meeting. We'll share that with everybody that signed in.
Right?
All right.
Any comments? I think we can go to our next slide.
It doesn't work.
Oh, that's the end.
That's
That's the end.
That's the, oh, thank goodness. All right, that was me, guys. Thank you so much. I hope to see you guys at our data committee sessions. There's a lot of great information and a lot of great capacity building within there. I'm gonna pass it on to our next speaker.
Signatures on them? I know we're running out of time. We have 15 minutes. We still have a lot of stuff to get through, but let me do a quick raffle.
No, that doesn't work.
Who's gonna pull the numbers?
I'll put the numbers.
Okay. Yeah. The first one is another one of our special child abuse prevention mugs.
Okay, for the sake of time, I want to pull some numbers here. Boom, boom, boom.
Sure.
Okay, number 2031.
That's me.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
How much she win?
$25 gift card.
Okay, I thought we were doing the cup.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
no, you missed the $25 gift card.
Take me to lunch.
Okay, draw the next number for the cup.
The next number for the cup is 2, 0, 3, 4. For the cup, 2, 0, 3, 4.
2034.
2, 0.
Oh, right here. And real quick, we're gonna do another gift card.
One more gift card. Hold on. And the gift cards are for $25.
$25,
And I'm just saying, anybody that wins can take me to lunch.
or buy my gas.
Yeah, you got that. Okay. Number 2, 0, 3, 8. 2, 0, 3, 8.
Now we have 3 tickets to the walk.
3 more tickets to the walk. 3 tickets to the Darius Wheaton Walk, and that number is 2, 0, 1, 9. 2, 0, 1, 9 is right behind.
Stephanie, right behind you for the walk. 2 more for the walk.
2 more?
Yeah, let's wrap
Let's
it
do
up.
it. Okay, I'm pulling down the number for the walk. And the number is 2, 0, 2, 1. What he just said?
2, 0.
2, 0, 2, 1. No?
0, 2, 1.
2, 0, 2, 1? No? Okay, I'll pull another number. Going one, going twice. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Okay, all right. 2, 0, 2, 3.
2, 0, 2, 3.
2, 0, 2, 3. Where did they go? 2, 0, 2, 3. Okay, Dave's jinxing it. She wants to put. Okay, going once, 2, 0, 2, 3. Check your numbers. Okay. All right. There you come. So one more time. Here we go. 2, 0, 4, 2. 2, 0, 4, 2. Seriously? Are you sure we got the?
I don't know. You know what? That's Stephanie.
Is it back there? Yeah.
Okay, good. One more quick ticket and then we gotta go. We gotta move.
Okay, one more quick thing. In the back, keep your hand raised up, Stephanie, we'll come back there. You are there, and back there, Stephanie. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna pull one more. Here we go. Here's the winning number. Oh, hold on a minute. 2, 0, 2, 2.
Nancy. Okay. You do this.
Okay, we're gonna, just, for the sake of time, we're gonna skip the social media post. I will come back to it in just a second, but I would like to invite Ms. Tavi A. To come here, to share some policy updates. She is a part of the policy committee. I'm just gonna hand it over because I.
All right.
You're the winning number.
Good morning, afternoon.
Afternoon,
Whatever you want it to be.
Hey, y'all.
in the very
Let me
back.
pull up my
There's
window.
tickets to.
And I
to
will
walk
be fast,
around
because
with.
there's good food waiting for us. Who's hungry?
And
Okay,
fancy.
because I love me some tacos. But don't judge me, because I like cheese on my tacos.
Nancy wanted to.
I know, but I do, okay. Don't judge me. I know that's like not real tacos. Okay,
So I want to share some updates for the policy committee. One of the updates is that the committee has reviewed several bills that support child care centers, expanding access, ensuring that there are high quality education or high quality providers, as well as, increasing the pipeline for additional child care providers in the state of California. We've also reviewed ways to advocate for child care. And we have decided to create campaigns that will raise awareness in the Antelope Valley about the need for services, what is currently existing. And that's gonna be important of what is currently existing. Can we go to the next slide, and then I'm gonna share a piece of information. Okay, so this shows that only 11% of California children are eligible for subsidized childcare, are actually enrolled. Everybody gasped, like,
Yeah, right.
what? That's crazy. 11%, that means there's 2,151,200 children eligible, and only 231,400 in the state of California are actually enrolled in the program. Okay. I also heard the parents earlier that spoke about not feeling safe with their children being in. I get it. I got 5 kids. I know. And I used to be a social worker. I really know. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I was fortunate enough that my children went to, when they were younger, they went to family childcare centers and provided for people I grew up with. So then I was like, yeah, you will take care of my kids like they're your grandchildren, and that's so comfortable. We want to make sure that we are supporting those amazing childcare providers like Ms. Jan in the back. Jessica, yes, we want to shout out to Jessica too. Can we have any child care providers? No, you a child care provider?
No.
Right. Stop it. It makes sense. And so it is valuable to have excellent child care providers that really care about your children, as well as making sure they get the trauma informed training, because then they have a whole new level of aspect of how to engage with families. So it is important that we are advocating and raising awareness, because there are services that are being underutilized. And let me just give you why that's really important. When services are being underutilized, policymakers, the politicians are like, oh, we can cut the budget, because we don't have that many kids using it. I know we're in a catch-22, y'all. But if we don't support more children getting enrolled into these programs, funders will take it as, y'all don't really need that money. And then not only will it be so many children not enrolled, there won't even be programs to even manage who needs to be enrolled in those programs. So I just want you to keep that in mind as we work to make sure that there's quality childcare providers in our region. We want to make sure we flood them with all the support and getting children enrolled in the program. I just want to put a plug that maybe we need to support, increasing more family childcare centers and teaching people how to get started and support them. But that's top being talking. That's not good.
It's in the bottom print. That's in the small print.
Okay, and then I have to share about a policy that, more information will be coming out about this, but I want to get it in your ear now because it's super, super deadly. I'm gonna use that word. That's a strong word, but that's how serious it is. It's deadly to the services that a lot of us, pretty much all of us, rely on one way or another. The ballot measure that will come out on the ballot in November 5th is called the Taxpayer Protection Act. Sounds like the name of it makes you think we want to make sure we don't get taxed anymore, right? Because some of us are tired of being taxed. However, that's actually not the intent of this ballot measure. This ballot measure is actually going to eliminate legislative policy ability to tax and impose fees. Now hear me out, why taxes and fees are important. It is then the revenue that the state of California uses revenue, which means their money, to run the state of California. So that would mean like Medi-Cal, that would mean mental health services, that would mean subsidized housing.
If this proposal goes through, it eliminates the legislative, policymakers' ability to tax and impose fees, like DMV fees, things that we're already accustomed to, like, paying that are natural. But what people don't realize is that becomes what the state of California can use to pay for all the essentially free services that we benefit from. So if they cannot create the revenue, then all those services will start to get cut. Y'all, we already don't have enough services. If they cut it even more, we're gonna be in severe trouble. So just start thinking, listening, but more information will be coming. We will be supporting, a community campaign about that, so that we are highly educated and informed. So when you go to vote, November 5th, you know how to vote, as it relates to your family. And so lastly, our policy committee meeting is May 7th. You did good.
No,
there.
no.
All right, May 7th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Come and hang out with me, right? But just not. It's on Zoom. It's on Zoom, not, but that means you can be there, even if you work at local, just put an earplug in and just smile at everybody. Okay, policy committee. Is there a QR code?
Yeah,
Go.
so go back to the social media post now. Sorry.
We have 5 minutes left.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, look, that's my
There's
plan.
a QR code,
There's
and
a
this
QR code.
takes you to everything.
Okay, QR code takes us to everything. Come hang out with us in policy committee. We're fun. I promise, we're fun.
We really
Thank
are.
you.
Thank you so much for coming in. And like that being said, to keep an eye out for that information, please make sure that you are subscribing to receive the newsletter. We are looking to revamp our method of emailing, so we want to make sure you get on this new newsletter. What that'll allow us to do is to send you a monthly newsletter with information. So when the policy committee gathers this information and can send it out to the entire membership, we'll have a central location for that to automatically go out to everyone. Whether you are attending, the meetings or if you miss one or not, we want to make sure that we have that information there. In addition to that, I strongly encourage you to please follow us on Instagram. As of today, we have over 660 followers. We want to get to at least 1,000 before the summer, right? So we have about a month and a half to get another 400 people to follow us on Instagram. If you're not following us already, please make sure you do so. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to the Best Start link tree. And you can see here, there's that little Facebook icon, the Instagram, the YouTube, and our email, right? So this is the central location where we want to make sure we're sending everyone to, because this is how they get access to all that information.
Okay.
This link tree is also shared just about on everything that we put out. So if you can go over to the opportunities for capacity building, once you register for this emailing list, our goal is then to make sure that you are receiving all of this information. We've already shared baby signs. We have the first training this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon. That one is geared towards childcare providers or those working directly with children. But on May 8 and 9, we'll have the instructor trainers, which is a great opportunity for anyone servicing families with children 0 to 5 to be able to do workshops for the family. Okay, this is really important. We want to make sure that this doesn't become just a one-day training and that's it. The goal of having instructors, increasing instructors in the AV, means that we as a community get to put those workshops out for families. So parents have somewhere to go to have a training or a workshop that focuses on child development and supports them as parents. It's a great opportunity. Again, on the link tree, you will find the registration to all of this. We will be having the 0 to 3, the Growing Brain webinar series. I know some of you had the opportunity to do that in person with me over the course of 3 months in 3-hour sessions. This time around, we're going to do it in webinar style. It will be over the course of 4 Wednesdays from 1:30 to 3 p.m. That is the time, unfortunately, that they had available. 1:30 to 3 p.m. I was hoping for a morning session, but this will be online. If you're looking to become a trainer for the 0 to 3, the Growing Brain training curriculum, and you have not participated in a Growing Brain training, I strongly suggest that you go through this webinar series. Again, registration is on the link tree.
Trauma-informed Antelope Valley, we have about a week and a half left for registration. That is coming around again, May 13th through the 15th, but we need to make sure that you guys are registering. I really appreciate for those of you who have already gone through it. I know the last cohort was so much fun and it was just, it's an experience. Please make sure that you are registering, for that. We have continued our diversity, equity, and inclusion online trainings. The reminders are continuing to go out every week. Sorry, twice a month, every month. And the Wellbeing Lab and the City of Palmdale are offering a certification in applied positive psychology. I'm so happy that we got at least 5 Best Start members to sign up for that for that certification. Our goal is to then, at the end of this certification, have a group project that comes back to Best Start, whether it be for our family, for the families, for childcare providers. What that looks like, we will walk through that as time goes on during the application period. This application did close already, and they are starting on May 1st and 2nd, I believe. But we got at least 5 Best Start members to apply, so that is amazing. Again, a lot of this information we will be sending out to you, but we need to make sure that you're on that new emailing list. You can go on to the next slide.
Wait. Okay, because I want to talk about the.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So again, be on the lookout for this flyer. It does have more information on the webinar series. May 22, 29, June 5, and 12. So it is 4 Wednesdays in a row. And I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. It's coming back, it's coming back.
Why am I going backwards?
Because we're not there
Okay,
yet.
We will be sending it
You
out,
went
so
too
no
far.
worries, don't freak out if you didn't get it. Be on the lookout for that, again, QR code, right? If you have that QR code saved on your bookmarks, you're always gonna have access to this information. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick countdown, 3, 2, 1, let's go, thank you. So coming soon, we will be having Tech Fridays, and I know I've mentioned the growing brain a couple of times. Train the trainer, that'll be June 26, 27. We do have limited slots for this one. There are requirements in order to gain that certification. So I will be sharing information with those who attend the webinar series and with those who have attended the in-person training. Sylvia?
Yeah, so for what we've been talking about is Tech Fridays, and what we want to do, you'll see at the table, the resource table, there's a flyer of what that could look like, but underneath there's a box, and in front of it, there's a little survey. And we just want to know what kind of technology trainings you're interested in doing. So like some of the ones we're gonna do are like basic Zoom, Teams. We realize that a lot of parents also have to use like PowerSchool or some of the other apps that where you can look up grades and all that. So we want to do basic training on some of those too. But if you all can take the time to just fill out the survey, just let us know what other types of technology trainings you're interested in. That way we can set those up, and we're looking to get this started in May. So yeah, if you could do that, we'd appreciate that.
Thank you.
We already finished them. Yeah, we skipped, yeah.
Okay.
Go, keep going.
Closing reflection. Oh, community.
Yeah, we need the announcements.
Who's the announcements?
Gloria or Tessa's gonna do the announcements. Sorry, we're going over a little bit, but it's good stuff that you guys make sure you want to know.
We have some announcements. We have the childhood prevention and family research happening on Saturday, April 20th, here in this location.
You can see some of the prizes we have at those tables. Those are things that are gonna be given out on Saturday as well.
We also have on Saturday, April 27th, with the annual Darien Beach Child Abuse Awareness Walk. And Miss Annie is right over there if you want to go. It's right on McAdams Park. And we have the parenting classes, right, happening in Lancaster Boulevard.
With the Empower Them Collective.
The parent.
Empower Them Collective.
And then we have the advocacy also for work plan Friday, April 26th. And we have the AVP with Diana Couch. We have the three different, workshops. We have Saturdays, Sundays, and Saturdays. And we also have the in-person, which is gonna be happening in the Palmdale, house, on Monday to Wednesday. And we have the Summer Fest, which is gonna be happening on June 3rd, Saturday at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the American Heroes Park. And we have athletic sports, volunteer coaches.
Needed.
And if you wanna participate, there's gonna be a mentorship program, and there's a phone number and the email is right over there.
Okay.
And the last one is on May 4th, Saturday, is the women, 1 in 5 women will experience a maternal mental health diagnosis. And that's it, I think.
That's it.
I have one more thing that I want to talk about, real quick. So we are, partnering up with CareNet, and CareNet is an amazing organization here in the Antelope Valley. And, one of the things that they're doing, and they do a lot of work in terms of early prenatal care. They do a lot of work with, parents. They have a fathers group. They do a lot of really good services. But their annual fundraiser is happening right now. And what it is it's called, Baby Bottles for Change. And what the movement is that everybody who's interested takes a baby bottle, takes it home with you, and between Mother's Day and Father's Day, so during that May through June, you start filling with the spare change, and we fill up these bottles. And it goes to more services for the community, more services for parents, and a lot of like prenatal parenting classes, what else? The ultrasounds, a lot of really amazing work that they do.
Clothing.
A lot of families that need toys, clothing,
Diapers.
food, diapers, they provide a lot of that. So we're hoping that many of you will want to take a bottle or two home, start filling them up, and we will collect them by June, huh?
At the next meeting? Yeah.
Well, we have May and June still that we can collect them. So we can do for the next 2 meetings and just start bringing back your bottles. So they're here for anybody to take. And I'm just really excited about partnering up with them for this project. And just to make, yes. That one's not working?
We'll provide you, with a link, just so you know, the follow-up.
We're gonna send you all this information anyway, so we'll get the right one on there. Sorry about that. But, so yeah, so I'm sorry we went over time. But, just again, thank you so much for everybody being here. Thank you for all your input, all your expertise. And now let's go eat. The food is ready. I know you've all been smelling it because I've been smelling it. So let's eat. And again, thank you so much for everything you do for our communities.